I'm George Kirkham from Lethbridge, Alberta. Pretty active ATHS member in Alberta chapter. Been vice president, president. Hold open houses for our group at least once a year in January. Like coming to national shows. So this year we brought our 1981 F4370 Eagle, which is kind of rare that one of our rental customers had this thing. And one day one of my guys pulled me out to the shop and says, "You need to come out and have a look at this truck." The sleeper hadn't been pulled off, still had pinstriping on it, factory original paint, and it was a little rough around the edges for sure, but we did some paint touch up and polished it a lot and had to fix some cracks in the fenders and whatever. We repainted the frame. We were able to buy some new old stock interior pieces, floor mats, and some panels for inside. Redid the carpet and whatever in the jockey box area. Cleaned it up pretty good. Had to weld up the bars in the grill. Changed the bumper out, of course. Polished the fuel tanks. Polished the wheels.
Just cleaned it up, right?
Just cleaned it up. Yeah, I call it rouging it up. We did it over a period of time. We were able to find new stock wrapped exhaust pipes, mufflers for it, and put all new chrome pipes on it.
How long have you had it?
We're getting close to 20 years since we've had it. We've been to a few shows with it. We haul a drop deck trailer that'll haul at least 2 big trucks and maybe 3 small ones. And Jerry loves driving this thing. He likes to put some miles on, so he'd rather drive this than a new truck, and whichever, okay.
What's it have for engine transmission?
So it's a 400 Cummins, a big cam by this time, 15-speed transmission. It has 12 front axle and a 44,000-pound rear axle with new air ride. It's stretched out to about 240-inch wheelbase, steel frame, and pretty much an original. We have a line set ticket for it, so we know what it was built with. It's 2.5 pages long, so it was a fairly well optioned truck at the time. And we've tried to replicate whatever it was in the past. If we've changed something like the exhaust, we searched high and low to make sure we got the right stainless steel wrapped exhaust mufflers for it. Same as the mirrors and the spotlights and that type of stuff. Anything we tried to change or had to change, we tried to put the original stuff back on it. That's just what I am. I'm an international truck dealer, so a bit of a purist. Sold international trucks for the last 45 years or so really don't care about anything else. Pretty single focused. We have a truck collection of about 63 or 4 internationals, and we sell restoration parts all over the world. We go back as far as 1934, so that's a fun part of the business. Customers really appreciate it and being able to find it. And I've got 2 guys, that's all they do is sell restoration parts.
So if anyone's
looking for stuff, oldinternationaltrucks.com. There's lots of information on there. So if you want to know what color your truck should have been in 1952, we have a color chart, and you can download that stuff. That actually gets more hits on the website than anything else does. We have lots of old ads and lots of pictures, and we're always adding stuff, fire truck pictures, and so.
I have one more question about this one. Do you know what it did for work before you?
Well, it was originally sold out of the Edmonton branch. I believe it was repoed once. A farmer out at Oyen, Alberta, had it, or a trucking company out there. It'd been through, I'm not sure how many owners. I would think at least 5 before we got it. The fellow that we bought it from was a farmer west of us 30 miles, and he was, like I say, was renting one of our grain trailers. We ended up having to buy this truck and a grain trailer that he had, which I paid him too much for. And maybe I got a deal in the truck, I'm not sure which, but we had to buy a truck and a trailer off him to get the truck. You kind of do what you got to do to get something original. And the reason I wanted this was it still had the original pinstriping from the factory that was always hand done. And every truck was different. It may be painted the same color, but the pinstriping would never ever be the same. So we tried to not polish too much of the pinstriping off, which some of it had worn off. And then we haven't tried to replicate the pinstriping back. We've just left it with patina, and it's got some wear and tear on it, but
wear and tear or not, I call dibs if you ever go to get rid of it.
It's a pretty cool piece, and it gets quite a bit of attention pulling down the road with maybe a big yellow truck up behind or a tow truck behind. It looks pretty good with hauling our old antiques around. It fits into the group fine.
Oh, I'm very glad I found you. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.